Let's see. Are we live? Haha, I think we might be live. Let's see. Who's going to be first in the chat? Oh, need to turn that off volume-wise. Hey, Husnera Hussan, can you hear me? Let me know. For some reason, my chat isn't really loading, but let's see. Looks like we have a few of us joining. Fantastic. Okay, Husnera Hassan, I've got you. Guys, let me know, is the audio okay? Can you hear me? Looking forward to today, our first live of the year. For some reason, my chat doesn't want to load up, but let's see. Ah, there we go. If anybody can hear me, let me know in the chat. Hey, real Banadi, can you hear me? Let me know. Ah, fantastic. Thank you, Zenitsu. Okay, we're going to get this session started in just a few minutes, guys. The plan today is literally to just do a nice chilled out Q&A to welcome you guys. So you can ask any questions about GCSE Maths, make some content requests because I'm just about to get posting again, and I have a couple of exciting announcements as well, which I will make. So let's see. I'm just struggling to... Okay, there we go. Aras MySpace is on YouTube, says, what's the best way to revise foundation maths as someone whose memory is kind of bad? I'm going to answer that in just a few minutes when a few more people have had a chance to join Aras, but I can tell you I have some great advice and some great techniques for that. Hello, Seth Taylor. Fantastic to have you. I'm just trying to see as well, guys. For some reason, I can't see on my phone whether I'm live on TikTok as well. Yeah? How many people are on? If it says. Ah, cool. Hello, Paratrooper 7772. How are you doing? Okay, and we're going to get started in just a few moments. Actually, guys, I'm going to do something just to check how we're doing on the connection side of things. I'm going to ask you to type clap in the chat, but only hit enter when you actually hear the sound, because sometimes there's a bit of a delay on the streams. What I would like you to do is to type clap in the chat as soon as you actually hear the sound. So I'm going to count down and I'm going to say 3, 2, 1, clap. Okay, let's see. Have we got a delay, and if so, how long? Ah, beautiful. Basically no delay. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Okay. And I'm just seeing as well, because I have, a couple of different chats open. So I'm just seeing which one is the most up-to-date as well. Fantastic. I'll use this one. Okay, brilliant. Thank you, Lemaines. Thank you, Tanta F says, oh, it's you again. Maybe somebody from last year. It's me again. It's that time, guys. GCSEs are now only pretty much 4 months away until we get going. So yeah, we're back. We're going to be posting again, helping you guys through the process. Ah, okay, that's funny. Terra Chat says, weird. I was subscribed already, but it wouldn't let me chat, saying only people who have been subscribed for 1 minute or more can talk. Did you, it says, I've been subbed for a whole year. Yeah, I remember you, Terra Chat. Maybe if you unsubscribe and then subscribe, it should sort that out. Just Moon said, "Aye, how you doing, bro? You really helped me get an 8 in GCSE Maths, so thank you." Hey, brother, my pleasure. My absolute pleasure. It's great to hear that I could help. User says, I passed my GCSE last year and I'm back again watching. Hey, good to have you again, user YQ1TD. Fantastic. Just Moon says, please do A-level maths. I've had a lot of requests over time for A-level maths. Maybe my A-level maths will be coming. It won't be this year, but maybe for the next academic year. And if you were with me doing GCSE Maths last year, then it might be there just in time for when you have your A-level exams. Okay, Multi-Prime says, I'm sitting my paper 2 higher calculator on Thursday. Any advice? So if you're sitting it on Thursday, There's really not that long. I'm not sure if you're talking about a mock exam, because we don't have any of the actual exams this Thursday, but my advice would be to do some past papers, do as many paper 2 or paper 3 past papers as you can. Make sure you do them for your exam board, whether you're doing AQA or EdXL. And yeah, that's going to be the best revision you can do over the next few days, especially if they're giving you an actual past paper for your mock, then it's definitely going to be the best thing you can do. My Fuzz Ramen says, yo, bro, you really helped me out 2 years ago, and now I'm in year 13 doing A-level maths. Thank you. Hey, my pleasure, my Fuzz. Great to hear. Fantastic to hear. Okay, I just want to have a quick look to see if the live stream is up and running on TikTok as well. I've got a little bit of a glitch on my account, which is not allowing me to search for myself, which is a little bit annoying. But let's have a look. Maybe that will fix if I just open the app and open it again. Okay. Nope, still can't see it. Oh, well, let's hope it's running in the background over there. Thank you, Seth says it is live on TikTok. Thank you for letting me know. TikTok Moon said the same thing. TikTok live is on. By the way, I came from there, so don't worry. Hey, fantastic. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Seth. Thank you, Just Moon. So, guys, talk to me in the chat. Let me know. What do you want from me this year? So, I'm about to start posting again literally the day after tomorrow. So, posts are going to start rolling out the day after tomorrow, and I haven't filmed any of them yet. So, it's going to be a busy week for me. Guys, let me know. What do you want from me this year? I have a few plans. We can discuss it on this live stream, but I really want to know what content is going to help you the most. Aina says do exam paper walkthroughs. That's definitely one of the things on the list. I think that's probably priority number 1, to be honest, to do some past paper walkthroughs. AQA are a little bit annoying on the copyright front, so I won't be able to do the AQA ones, but I can do that for all of the EdXL papers. So I'll definitely be doing that. Let's see, anything else? We have 27 of us on here now. Fantastic. To everybody who's watching now, by the way, to everybody who's involved in the chat, can you please put a quick W in the chat? Just so I know how many of us are actually listening versus how many of us might have this on in the background. Everyone who can hear me now, please stick a little W in the chat. Aras My Space says, make a video that covers everything in the foundation paper. Yep, I'm absolutely going to do that. I did the higher one already. Let me put that in my notes. Make a video, or make the video for the whole of foundation. Absolutely. And I can see some W's coming in the chat. Who've we got? Okay, so welcome Tara Chad. Welcome Real Ban. Welcome Amina. Welcome Amis. Welcome Aras. Welcome Jason. Welcome... YouTube is boring. I don't think so personally, but hey, I'm trying to not make it boring. Welcome Seth. Welcome Aya. Welcome Maria. Haha. Good to have you on, Maria. Good to have you on. Jason says UUW. Blitz is in there with a dub in the chat. Fantastic, guys. Fantastic. Okay, Zenit Sue says, can you please do videos like you doing past papers with the time limit, showing tricks to do the questions on tricky topics? I think that would be helpful. Absolutely, guys. Absolutely. So you guys know, if you've been with me in any live streams before, what do I say is the absolute best way to revise? The absolute best way to revise, guys, is with those past papers. And I want to make that process as easy as possible. So yeah, I will be doing run-throughs of all of the EdXL papers. I can't do AQA, unfortunately, because they don't let you do that basically as a creator on YouTube or TikTok because of the copyright side of things. But I can do the EdXL ones, so I will definitely be doing that. Also, guys, let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. So I have an idea for a content series, and it's actually already in production, the worksheet side of things. This year, my GCSE Maths is expanding, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that later on. We're going to be, making lots of different resources. But one of the things that I thought could be really helpful is some mixed practice worksheets. So when it comes to revising, and this is for every subject, by the way, I'm about to drop some bombs, so listen to this bit carefully. So when it comes to revising for every single topic, whether it's maths, English, science, PRE, any topic, the number one best revision principle to apply is something called active recall. Active recall. Now, what does active recall mean? Well, there's different ways to revise. 2 ways, for example, are reading a textbook and practicing with exam-style questions. One of the options, you're forced to have your brain active. If you think about it, when you answer past paper questions, you're forced to actually think through the content, Whereas when you read notes or read a textbook or something, your brain can actually be a little bit in sleepy mode. You don't actually have to be active. You can kind of think that you're focusing, but not actually be focusing. And what you basically want to do is you want all of your revision, or as much of your revision as possible, to be active recall. There's a bunch of different science behind this. There's a bunch of different neuroscience to do with acetylcholine and cortisol and adrenaline and all of the different neurochemicals. I won't explain it now because I know you probably don't care about it. But the number one principle for effective revision is active recall. The other one, which is kind of paired with that, is called spaced repetition. Spaced repetition. What's this? Well, it's kind of in the name. This is where you space out your revision. Or I should say the other way around. So you repeat a topic or you repeat an idea, but you space out the repetition of that idea. So maybe you revise something in week 1 and then you revise it again in week 5. And by combining these two principles, you guys are going to cut down your revision time by at least half, okay? So how to apply that? Actually, before I keep waffling, did that make sense in the chat, guys? Let me know. Did that make sense in the chat? Okay. Jason Sunday said, recalling actively, guys. Let's go. Good to hear, Jason. Great work, mate. Great work. Let me know, guys. Did that make sense in the chat about the active recall? Amina says, thank you. My pleasure. Real says, yep. Tara Chad says, yep. Fantastic, guys. I wish I knew this when I was your age. I wish I knew this when I was your age. For me to kind of fully master this principle was probably when I was at university, to be honest. Blitz says dub as well. Okay, guys. Fantastic to hear. Now, would you guys say past papers are a good way to do active recall and spaced repetition? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Would you say active recall, and sorry, would you say past papers are a good way to do active recall and spaced repetition? Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. Tara Chan says, yep. Blitz says, yep. Anybody else? I know there's only 13 of us at the moment. What do you reckon? Yeah, Seth agrees. So yeah, they are. But what's the problem with past papers? Past papers, when you get close to exams, are the absolute best way to revise. But to be honest, the problem with past papers at this stage of the revision game is how long does it take to do a past paper? If you see my eyes flickering about, guys, it's just because I'm reading the chat. How long does it take to do a past paper? Well, you have an hour and a half in your actual exam in complete focused exam style conditions or exam conditions. It's going to take you at least an hour and a half, maybe even 2 hours to do a past paper at home. That's a long time. Not everybody wants to commit to 2 hours every single time they're doing math revision. So what is the solution? Well, the solution is to do mixed practice worksheets, okay? To do a worksheet with a small number of questions, 5 questions, maybe 10 questions, which covers a variety of topics where the worksheets have been designed so they don't repeat the same topics again and again. To be honest, Corbett Maths 5 a day is a pretty good example of this. Now, I've done some analysis and have reflected on a few different types of resources, and I'm actually coming out at the end of this month. They should all be made, or at least all the ones for January and February, with mixed practice worksheets, which are basically 5 questions which cover a variety of different topics, perfect to complete in probably 15 minutes to half an hour, and split into grades. So if you're aiming for a grade 4 or 5, there'll be worksheets for grade 4 or 5. If you're aiming for a grade 6 or 7, there'll be worksheets for 6, 7. I don't want to say those two words together, but there'll be worksheets for 6, 7. And then also if you're aiming for those grade 8s and 9s, there'll be worksheets for grades 8, 9s. So that's one of the first things that we're going to be releasing, and they should all be coming out at the end of January. So basically that mixed practice can start early on in the game. How does that sound, guys? Let me know in the chat. Does it sound like a good idea? Because I could change it up. Couple of people asking what I got in my GCSEs, whether you should listen to me. Guys, in my GCSEs, I got 11 A stars. In my A levels, I got 3 A stars, and that included maths and further maths. And that is because I was able to apply the right principles to my studies. So that's a question which I know is going to keep coming up if I don't address it now. So yeah. A couple of people saying, can you go through SERDs? Guys, I'm really interested. Let me know. What do you think of those mixed practice worksheets, the idea behind that? Because maybe you say it's not such a good idea, and maybe I'll focus on something else. Let me know. What do you think? Will they be helpful? And then the plan is actually to make a video for every single one of those worksheets. A video for every single one of those worksheets, and then also to make one of those worksheets for each day of the year. So basically all that you have to do is go and do the worksheet for the day, watch the video which goes through it and teaches how to do those questions, and that can literally be all of your revision. Seth says it sounds like a pretty good idea. Amina says it sounds like a good idea. Fantastic, Amina. Tricky says you cut your hair since my GCSEs, lol. Yeah, guys, you know I've had a few different hairstyles over time. It used to be down to here. I used to have pretty long hair. I decided to freshen it up a bit this year, go a little bit shorter. Blitz says that would be helpful. Nice. Okay, fantastic, fantastic. And then another thing that I'm working on, guys, is actually worksheets for every single topic. Let me know in the chat, guys. I know there's a lot more of you watching at the moment than are interacting in the chat at the moment. Can you let me know? Have you been on mygcsemaths.com before? Have you been on mygcsemaths.com? This is actually a website which I launched only a couple of weeks ago. And this is where all of my content is going. So there's some paid resources there, but there's also loads of free resources covering literally the entire syllabus. And I'm going to be uploading worksheets and more practice videos and all the past paper walkthroughs on there as well. Diamond Dad says, sir, I struggle on... sorry, I lost a comment. Somebody else commented. Oh, I've lost a comment. Where's it gone? Where's it gone? Oh, yeah, there you go. So I struggle on worded questions. What can I do to practice? Hey, Diamond Dad, the key to practicing worded questions, I hate to say it, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but it's going to be past papers, my friend. It's going to be past papers. And why is that? That's because when we learn, the brain kind of works by associations, and there's different types of thinking. One type of thinking when it comes to maths is solving questions where you know what you have to do using the maths knowledge that you have. So that's one type of question, but problem solving questions are kind of a different way of thinking, and actually lots of different things are going on in your brain when you're solving those questions. So when you practice with pure theory questions, when you practice with the questions you often do in the classroom, it just doesn't train that problem solving ability. And what you want to do is you want to practice with problem solving questions to build up that skill of being able to do these worded questions. And a lot of people get stressed because they learn all the content in school and then they go to do a past paper and then they get a way lower mark than they expect because they just can't do the worded questions or they just can't do the problem solving questions. Guys, what do you expect? If you've only ever practiced with the content questions and you've never practiced with exam style questions, you're not going to be able to do them. It's a different skill. And that's why you need to be practicing those past paper style questions and exam style questions as soon as you can to build up that skill. And I can't emphasize this enough. If you haven't practiced that and you go from your schoolwork to trying to do those papers, you're probably not going to do that well. And it's just like learning anything. The first time you do the wordy problems, you're going to struggle with them. But then as you practice more and more of those wordy problems, you're just going to get better and better and better. So that's what I would say with that. I know that was a bit of a drawn out answer, but hopefully that helped, Diamond Dad. Also, hopefully it brought you a bit of peace of mind because a lot of people get stressed when they hit those past papers and it's kind of, they don't get the grades that they expect, but that's purely because they've not revised enough with past papers up until this point. Okay, let's see. Amina says, could you make a few videos on 3D trigonometry and graphical functions, please? Yeah, absolutely, Amina. So the first thing I'll say, guys, is I've actually covered the entire course. So on mygcsemaths.com, you will see videos for the entire course. Every video is in its section of the course, so number, algebra, geometry, etc. Every single video is also being graded, so you know exactly what grade the video is. So if you're looking for a particular, purely just a short video on a particular topic, the entire course is covered on mygcsemaths.com, also on the YouTube channel actually, but especially on mygcsemaths.com. Everything's kind of laid out a bit better there, and there's far less distractions. But I am absolutely going to be making some kind of more in-depth videos with the topics which are requested, because I do know, guys, I do know that those 400 videos I made to cover the entire course, they are pretty quick. I do know they're pretty quick. I kind of filmed them all. I've filmed them all initially for TikTok and YouTube Shorts. But also posted them as horizontal videos, so they were designed to be quick fire for the YouTube Shorts and TikTok. But then, to be honest, I kind of regretted it because I went to upload them all on YouTube as the horizontal videos, and they are quick. Like I will be honest, they are super quick. So I'm going to be making some more in-depth videos for sure. Okay, I'm just gonna have a quick sip of water. and read the chat, guys. Okay, Kirat Johan says, I really hope this helps. I'm stuck at a 4 and a 5. Kirat, I can tell you, you have more than enough time, way more than enough time with the right revision, the right resources to get the grades that you want. Okay. Just going to scroll through the chat a little bit. Hey, thank you, Tara Chad. A couple of people saying box plots. Seth Taylor says, do you do a daily scheme that you do daily, similar to Corbett Maths 5 a day? Absolutely, Seth. So we're working really hard behind the scenes. I've actually started to build a team out now, which is fantastic, to get that content done. And it should be the case that January to June is completely finished and all on the website by the end of January. Hopefully, in the next week, all of January should be finished and I'll be uploading them in bulk. So then we should be working ahead of time. And like I say, if you can tune in and do those worksheets and watch the videos, guys, that's literally a cheat code. I've been doing this for a super long time now. I've been tutoring GCSE Maths for 9 years now, believe it or not. I know I look quite young, but I'm 25. And I started tutoring actually, guys, when I was 16, before I did my own exams. And I've not stopped tutoring the entire time. And over that time period, I've worked with hundreds and hundreds of students on a one-to-one basis. I've also been posting on social media and doing this for the last 3 years since the start of 2023. So I know, after having thousands of comments and thousands of DMs and everything, exactly what you guys need to succeed, and that's what I'm going to be launching and releasing over the next 6 months. Hey, AMT in the chat. Good to have you, my friend. Good to have you. Harris says, what do you get when you pay for the subscriptions? Okay, fantastic. Good to have you on, Harris. My man, very good to have you on. Okay, guys, so I'm going to answer that quickly because I know I've had a few questions about that. Diamond Dad says, thank you, sir. I've been using First Class Maths and now starting past paper and using your videos. Fantastic. First Class Maths is also another brilliant resource. The reason I started this back in 2023 was because the GCSE Maths resources available were just way below the bar of where they should have been. So that's why I started this. And to be honest, the resources are still below where they should be in many ways. But I will say First Class Maths has been in the game for a few years, and he makes brilliant videos, and he's also got brilliant worksheets. So I can 100% endorse him and recommend him. He unlike most GCSE Maths creators, he does a fantastic job. So I would definitely endorse that. So a couple of people have been asking about the Live Academy then. I don't want to talk about this for too long today because I want to make it mainly focused on just answering your guys' questions and helping in any way I can. But what is this Live Academy over here? So I've been supporting on social media with a bunch of free resources, free content for the last 3 years, and it's been really great. It's been really great. But what I've seen time and time again is that to really succeed and really push things to the next level, I mean, you can really succeed with the free resources. I don't want to make this like, oh, you have to sign up. You can succeed with the free resources. It's just going to be harder and it's going to require way more discipline. So basically, what's the Live Academy? Time and time again, what I'm finding working with students and from the social media comments is that you guys are running into a few, let's say, barriers when it comes to your revision. One is being overwhelmed. So overwhelmed with all of the ground that there is to cover and all of the topics that you have to get through. Number two is struggling with, I should say, structuring your revision. So struggling with structuring your revision, not knowing with so many GCSE subjects, which subject should I revise for when, and in that time, what should I be doing? And then the third thing which I've seen people struggle with is basically a lack of focus. We live in this social media, day and age where we're used to 5-second videos, 20-second videos, the cat jumping into a bowl or something, like these crazy short form videos, and it's basically melted everybody's attention spans and made it so hard to focus. So I wanted to basically kind of come up with a premium offering, basically because it costs a lot to actually deliver, a lot of time and a lot of money on the back end to deliver, a premium offering which solves these three problems. So if you're struggling to focus, if you're struggling to organize yourself and structure your revision, and if you're overwhelmed, it might be for you. So what's the Live Academy? Basically, signing up to the Live Academy, it's £37 a month. But at the moment, if you're one of the first 50 to sign up, there's a half price discount, and that's not going to be there for long. First 50 people to sign up, which takes it down to £18.50 for the entire month. And what is it? Basically, it's weekly live streams. So it's weekly live streams on a Thursday from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. focusing on the exam style practice, which is going to help you make progress as quickly as possible. So 5 till 6 is going to be mainly foundation content. 6 till 7 is mainly going to be higher content. So that's the first thing that you get. You get access to these weekly live lessons inside of our custom built platform. The second thing you get is you get recordings of all of those live lessons, and you get the recordings of the live stream as well as the chat. So you can go back basically if you couldn't make a lesson for whatever reason, and you can interact and see what questions people were asking. And then the third thing you get is you get access to an exclusive revision community. So another thing that people struggle with, guys, this was kind of the bane of my existence when I was your guys' age, is loneliness when revising and kind of a lack of a like-minded community who push you forwards and make you want to progress. And that's why I've worked really hard actually to implement community features so that you guys can talk to each other and you guys can ask questions outside of the lessons at any time. It's open 24/7. And I've also got tutors working inside of the community. So not only can you ask each other questions and answer each other's questions and interact and kind of make it this fun, vibey maths revision community, we also have, at the moment, 2 tutors who are actively working inside of the community. Also me, to answer your guys' questions. If it's a particular exam style question or a particular topic that you're struggling with, you kind of get that tailored one-to-one custom support. So they're the 3 components. That's the Live Academy. So if you sign up, if you're one of the first 50, it's literally launching this week. So the first classes are happening this Thursday. And if you're one of the first 50 people to sign up, you're going to get half price discount, making it £18.50 for the month. Okay, I've just been waffling for a while, guys. So I'm going to come back to the chat and just see if there's any questions about that. Somebody saying first class maths is better than Cognito. 100% agree. Tricky says, to be fair, the lives were really good when I did my GCSEs. Yeah, that's great to hear. That's great to hear. Ina says, daily hard questions on YouTube Shorts. Definitely. Definitely, I can do that. That's going to be the plan actually starting from probably not tomorrow. I was actually really sick over the weekend. The plan was to start posting today. I think I put that in the post, but I was actually really sick over the weekend. It means that we're going to be starting posting tomorrow instead. Okay. Diamond Dad says, sir, when is the higher mixed practice coming out? It'll be later this month. Stay tuned for a notification. Stay tuned in the community where I'll put an announcement out there. Okay, Study says, can you give me a roadmap? Interesting. What do you mean by that? If you can be a bit more specific, so I know what you mean, I definitely can. SK5 KSK says, hey, off topic, but do you think it's really possible to go up like 4 grades in a couple of months? Honestly, definitely. It does depend on your particular situation. If you've already been revising super hard over the past couple of months, and you're just stuck at a certain grade, let's say a grade 4, and you really want to go to a grade 8, that's going to be difficult. If you've already been revising really hard and you just can't get off a 4 and you want to get up to an 8, I'm not going to lie to you guys, that's going to be tough. However, if you have big aspirations and you want to get a grade 7, grade 8, grade 9, or if there's a particular grade that you want and you've not yet been revising, you've not yet been locked in, and you're going to lock in starting pretty soon, then 100% it's possible to make 4 grades progress. Actually, my best mate, back when we were doing GCSEs, actually still my best mate now, he did exactly that. He was working at a grade 4, went up, locked in for the last few months and bumped up to a grade 8. Ina says, appreciate the fan service, boss. My GCSE Maths the GOAT. Come on. My pleasure. Guys, do you have any questions about the Live Academy, by the way? Let me know in the chat. If you have any feedback, any questions about that, any reflections, anything you think I should add, let me know, because I'm working hard to develop it all the time. Diamond Dad says, is higher mixed practice money or free? It's going to be free. Free resources. So the other thing I want to do, guys, because the last couple of years on social media, I've done everything for free, literally hundreds and hundreds of hours of live streams, everything for free. And what I found from doing that is that this is really the way to improve as quickly as possible, but doing it for free has not been sustainable, which is why I'm charging this small amount for the Live Academy and the real progress boosting kind of products and propositions. However, having said that, it's still super important to me that I put out, the best free resources and make them available to you guys for free inside of the website, inside of the platform. And they're all going to be on the mygcsemaths.com platform. You can scan the QR code to sign up and check it out for free. And that's going to include the videos for every topic, worksheets for every topic coming soon. We're working really hard behind the scenes to get those out. And then these mixed practice worksheets, which honestly, I think are going to be the key, or one of the keys to boosting your grades. I've got a fantastic guy working with me to make those for you. And then third, the videos for those mixed practice worksheets. Guys, if you combine those things, you're gonna make some really excellent progress. Zenitsu said, for the live academy, does the classes happen once a week, like on a specific day? Yeah, fantastic question. So the live classes inside of the live academy happen on a Thursday evening from 5 p.m. until 7 p.m. 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. is for foundation, and 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. is for higher. That's that. And then if you sign up, you can access both of them. And that's what I really recommend. If you're aiming for a grade, if you're aiming for a grade 5 or 6 or 7, it's going to be really beneficial to sign up to both. If you're aiming for a grade 8 or 9, or if you're working at, I should say, grade 8 or 9, probably you're not going to benefit too much from the foundation session. But if you're working at a grade 5, 6, or 7, you definitely want to be in both of those classes. Mifitsa says, hello there, your videos really helped me in my O-level exams. Hey, my pleasure, that's fantastic to hear. Hey, Zenitsu, you're very welcome. Ragad Mohammed Ali says, what techniques and websites can I use to get higher grades in maths? So the best websites at the moment are mygcsemaths.com. Content is going to be uploaded there all of the time. Bunch of free resources. To be honest though, it's only after the end of January probably that I would call it the best website. We're working really hard this month to get everything up there. It's got videos for every topic, but it's not yet got the worksheets. We're working super hard behind the scenes to get those up there. So from the end of January, that's going to be the #1 place to go. Other than that though, First Class Maths is probably the best place to go. He's got really great worksheets, really great videos. 100% support that guy. And in terms of techniques, it's going to be practice, practice, practice. Practice, practice. Okay. Okay, 25 of us on at the moment. This is really cool, guys. This is really cool. Ayan says, don't mind me asking, do you ever plan on retiring from YouTube? No. No, I don't. Well, I mean, you never say never. You don't know where things are going to go. Plans change. You guys know how it is. But I really enjoy it here on YouTube. I really enjoy it. You might see my content shifting a bit. So at the moment, I focus purely on GCSE Maths. I'm actually interested in a lot of kind of lifestyle related stuff. Really what I'm interested in, what I'm passionate about as a person is learning and teaching things worth knowing. So I'm not going to rant about this for too long, but basically I kind of figured out at some point that everything in life comes back to learning. Everything in life comes back to learning, whether it's learning how to walk, learning how to talk, learning how to make friends, learning how to play football, learning how to, you know, have fun at a party, learning how to do GCSE Maths, learning how to ride a bike, learning how to interact properly at university, learning how to box, learning how to, everything actually comes back to learning. So what I've actually become passionate about in my life is learning and teaching things which I would say are worth knowing, let's say. So over time, you might see my content changing a bit. I might teach a bit more lifestyle stuff, a little bit more kind of mind related stuff and kind of how to live properly from my perspective. But yeah, I think I'm likely to always be here on YouTube. Would you guys be interested in some of that content, by the way? Maybe you want me to just stick to the maths, but maybe you'd be interested in a bit more lifestyle stuff as well. Kind of maybe even some fitness and that kind of thing. Okay. It's Crystal Blade says, could you do a TikTok or a video on how to revise effectively? Absolutely, absolutely. So another thing I'm going to be doing this year is a lot more videos which are kind of advice videos for general revision, for maths revision. I've kind of stayed away from the kind of how to get a grade 9, how to get a grade 8, how to get a grade 5 videos. But I'm going to start releasing those this year as well. Ayan says, yeah, bro, cool. Ayan says, grow your channel to stuff like study tips, productivity hacks, self-growth, and more GCSE topics. Absolutely, I think I will do that. I would love to do that. That's what I'm really passionate about. Okay, I'm just gonna come over to have a look on the back end how the stream is doing, because yeah, I'm just getting used to some new software at the moment as well. So that's looking good. It's telling me, guys, can you let me know if I'm live on TikTok at the moment? Maria says yes, lifestyle content would be great. Fantastic, thank you, Maria. Pavel says in all subjects, yeah. What I'm going to do as well, guys, is I'm going to open up the chat in a couple of minutes just for topic requests. Just for topic requests. Yeah, guys, can you let me know? Is the TikTok live on or is it off now? Yeah, somebody said the live ended on TikTok. I really don't know what's happening over there. Maybe a little glitch. I'm just going to take that down. Aha. Mitsuha Miyamitsu, great name, says, what are maths A-levels like? Do you recommend picking it? I absolutely recommend picking A-level maths. I would say if you get a grade 8 or 9 and you are remotely interested in A-level maths, 100% it's a fantastic option. If you get a grade 7, then you are most likely going to be capable of doing A-level maths. Might be a little bit of a struggle, but you're most likely going to be capable of it. Probably, to be honest, if you get a grade 6 or below, A-level maths isn't for you, just because it is quite a lot harder than GCSE maths. But what is it like? It's really good. It kind of, to be honest, just builds off GCSE maths. Yeah, people are saying the live on TikTok is over. Fantastic. Thank you for letting me know. But yeah, it builds off GCSE maths and has a lot more of the maths which is used in kind of practical real-world applications, like differentiation is one, for example, which is about the study of rates of change. If you've ever heard of calculus, that's what that is. But yeah, I would really recommend A-level maths. Am I biased? Yeah, of course. I teach maths. I am going to be biased. But yeah, I would recommend it. SK5 says, is the jump from GCSE to A-level really that big? Here's the thing I would say. It is a big jump. However, going from primary school to secondary school is also a big jump, but you did it. And very quickly, by the time you get to secondary school, it feels normal. Year 9 to year 10, year 10 to year 11, they're all big jumps, but you just do it and you adapt and you evolve and you grow. One of the nicest things that I have ever seen as a tutor is the self growth and personal development that happens in students when they go from GCSEs to A-levels, and particularly from studying GCSE maths to studying A-level maths. You see this incredible transformation in the first 3 months of A-level maths, where what they could have never done before and never could have thought about doing before, all of a sudden they're capable of doing, right? They're capable of doing, and you see the way they think evolve and the problem solving skills and all of those things. So it's really fantastic to see. So is it a big jump? Yes. But will you yourself make the jump required? Most likely yes. Okay, I'm going to take another sip of water, guys. Okay. You might be able to tell, but I have a bit of a blocked nose and a bit of a sore throat, guys. I was really sick. Actually, guys, can you tell? Let me know in the chat. Can you tell I was sick over the weekend? I had really bad food poisoning all day yesterday. I don't want to give too much information, but it was not fun. It was really not fun. But can you tell I'm a little bit sick, or? Is it not too bad? Okay, that's good. Seth says you sound pretty normal to me. Ina says not enough to make it noticeable. Hey, great. That's really good to know. It's Crystal Blade says sounds fine to me. Fastline Film says I wouldn't have known. Hey guys, that's really good to hear. To be honest, behind the scenes, I was even considering canceling this evening's session because I was so rough. But I'm really glad that I didn't. It's so cool to have you guys on. So what I want to do actually now is just to give a quick moment in the chat for topic requests. I'm going to put a lot of work over the next 3-4 days into making videos, TikTok videos, YouTube shorts, for the next week, for the coming week, and also for the coming month even. So it would be great to get some ideas about the topics that you would like me to cover in these YouTube shorts. Like I say, all of the content that we'll be uploading over the next few weeks, I've not filmed yet. I'm filming it all in the next couple of days. So if you let me know the topics that you'd like me to cover, I'll cover those in the upcoming videos. So the chat is open, guys. Let me know, what topics would you like? What topics would you like? And I'm going to make a note of them. Okay, factorizing. Good. And is that factorizing with single brackets or double brackets? Probably both, I'm guessing. But so we have one in factorizing. We have ratio and percentage interest. Okay, so ratios and percentage interest. Okay, indices. Definitely there'll be a video dropping on that. Zenitsu says, for the live academy, what is the time zone for your classes that is mentioned on your website? Fantastic question. I should update that. It's 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. UK time. 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. UK time. Quadratics. We have geometric proof. We have quadratic sequences. Absolutely. Scatter graphs. Great one. Just making a note of these as you drop them in, team. Circle theorems. Okay, any more for any more? Hey, you're very welcome, Zenitsu. Are you going to be joining us, Zenitsu? Let me know. Simultaneous equations, good one. And is that linear or quadratic you'd like me to cover? Vectors, yeah, classic. Oh, brilliant, Zenitsu. Oh, guys, could you let me know in the chat, actually, of the people on this call, has anybody signed up to the Live Academy? / is anybody going to? That would be really cool if you do. I know for a lot of you who are on this stream now, you might have to ask your parents. You could even invite your parents to come now and sit with you and watch this stream. So if they have any questions, they can ask away. So Cassis Brooke says, single and double brackets, brilliant, very appreciated, thank you. My pleasure, my pleasure. It's Crystal Blade said, after the stream I might. Yeah, that would be really cool. So guys, and this 50% off takes it down to £18.50 for the entire month. It's 8 hours per month, so it's like less than £2.50 a lesson. NJ, come on, good to have you back, mate. Good to have you back. Says it's my birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday, NG. One of the OOGs. Great to have you on, my friend. Great to have you on. Oh, great question, Mr. Loyand. So what advice could you give me? I'm in year 10. I moved to set 1. It's a bit difficult. I watched your 10-hour video. I've almost finished it. What else could I do? Tell me in the chat, Mr. Loyan, so I can reply properly. How much of the 10-hour video did you understand? Paratrooper said, how do you sign up for the Live Academy? Do you have to pay? Yes. So the Live Academy is £37 a month. With this 50% discount code, first 50, it's half price. So it's £18.50 for the month. And to sign up to the Live Academy, you basically just go on mygcsemaths.com. And as soon as you're on there, it should be clear enough. It's better if you look at it on your computer. You go on mygcsemaths.com, you click the button to access the platform, and then you go kind of to the bottom left-hand corner where the Live Academy is, and it should be super simple once on there. It's a monthly subscription. There's no commitment. There's no contract. There's nothing on there. There's also a 2-week free trial, actually, guys. Oh, yeah, I didn't even mention that. There's a 2-week free trial. So if you want to just come for the free trial, even, guys, just sign up for the free trial. Just to check it out and see what the vibes are. Okay, Mr. Lohan said, I understand most of it, but I know there are some bits, maybe out of 70% I did, 10% I didn't understand. So if you understood 60% of the video, so, I mean, you're actually on track to understand like 85% of the video in total, you are 100% capable of being in set 1 and, you know, kind of being up to the speed, let's say, of the class. So what I would say, mate, is my advice would be stick with it. It's going to be tough at first, but stick with it. If you're watching the 10-hour video at this stage of the game, then you have a seriously good mindset. You have good discipline. All you have to do is stick with it. One option, obviously, is to join the Live Academy, but I know that's not an option for everybody. So other options will include working on past papers. I'm going to be releasing walkthrough videos for all of the past papers in the next couple of months. And then also doing these mixed practice worksheets once I release them. Honestly, these mixed practice worksheets, I think, are going to be a game changer. I spent so long thinking about the best resources to release and the most kind of efficient use of your guys' time. And what it looks like, guys, is these mixed topic practice worksheets. And they're going to be up there. Hopefully all of them by the end of the month. I've got a great guy working with me making them, like I say, but there'll be a lot of them up there even by the end of next week. Okay. Fastline Film says, what does the Live Academy involve each week? Absolutely. So I said this before, I'll say it again quickly. Basically, the Live Academy, guys, is for people who are struggling with 3 particular things. Number 1, struggling to organize their studies and struggling to structure their time. Number 2, overwhelmed with all of the different things there are to revise, all of the different resources out there, all of the different content, etc. Number 3, struggling to focus. If you're struggling to focus because you have a bit of TikTok brain or YouTube Shorts brain, which to be honest is basically everybody, but if you're struggling to focus, then it's also for you. And what is it? It's a live lesson subscription platform, which I've built. I've kind of custom built all of it to be perfect for your guys' needs. And it gives you access to a weekly live lesson, which is kind of very similar to a YouTube live stream and how it works. There's a chat so you can interact in real time. Thursdays, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m., 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. for foundation, 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. for higher. And then it gives you access to recordings of all of those live lessons. And then it also gives you access to an exclusive revision community. One of the things which people struggle with most, which I really struggled with, is kind of the loneliness when revising at home on your own, and also the lack of community, simply. The lack of like-minded students who are also revising with you. So that's why I've added these community features, which also have maths tutors checking in and answering questions. So it gives you access to those 3 things, basically. But really, the highest value things are the weekly live streams going through exam style practice. So focusing on the content which is going to help everybody. And number 2, the revision community, where you can ask each other questions and have your questions answered by the tutors. Okay. Hey, Cassis, very nice. Ayan says WNJ. Skibbity. Skibbity M4 says, you teach better than my teacher. The 10-hour vid was so helpful. I understood everything. I stuck to it now. My test is so easy. Thank you. That is so good to hear. So good to hear. Fastline Film says, very nice. Very nice. Brilliant. Guys, let me know. Are you thinking about signing up to the community? Or the Live Academy? Let me know in the chat. For some reason, I don't know if it's because I'm talking so much, but my nose is getting a bit blocked, guys. I don't want to give you too much information, but... You can also, by the way, just sign up to make a free account to access the free resources. That's the other thing. All of the free resources are going to go on mygcsemaths.com as well, so that's really worth checking out. Youth9360 says, bro, please go through vector proofs. Definitely, I'll be doing that. And algebraic manipulation for sure. Okay, brilliant. Any more questions or requests, guys? We're going to wrap this session up in just a few minutes. You can also ask me any questions, GCSE Maths, other GCSEs, revision in general. It could be questions about me. U9360, it will be uploading within the next 2 weeks. They'll be uploading within the next 2 weeks. And this is also a bit of a get to know your teacher session, guys, because I'm going to be with you every step of the way this year. So if you have any questions for me, could be, you know, about my education experiences, could be about my interests or music. If you're one of the OGs, you know that somebody said can't scan the QR right now. One more, chapter 15. The link is Just mygcsemaths.com. That'll take you there to everything you need. Guys, does the QR code work? Hopefully it does work. Let's see. I've not got my... Oh, no, I do have my phone. Let me just check it. Okay, it should work. Yeah, there we go. It does work. Fantastic. Yeah, nice. Paratrooper says, original gangsters. Yes, sir. Fantastic. Thank you, Zenitsu. I appreciate that as well. Out of interest, Zenitsu, because I know you've actually signed up to the Live Academy. What grade are you aiming for? Are you going to be joining us for the foundation sessions, the higher sessions, both of them? It's going to be really nice, especially at the start when not many people have signed up, because it's going to be a really personal experience. Like, it's going to be even close to, one-to-one tutoring. And the community is going to be cool as well as the community builds over time. That's also going to be really nice. Okay, mensuration as a topic requested. I can help with that as well. Ina says, can you do a 6-7 before stream ends, please? I'm going to try and keep this as brain rot free as possible. I know what the 6-7 train is like, and let me tell you, even I, when I hear 6-7, somebody mentioned 6-7, even makes my brain think 6-7. So I'm staying away from that. Paratrooper says, I'm mainly coming for the number topics. Okay, fantastic. If anybody who's on the stream now has signed up for the Live Academy, can you just let me know in the chat, please? That'll be really cool. U9360 says, is the lessons free, bro? So the YouTube lessons are absolutely free. A lot of the video lessons on the website are free, but the live lessons inside of the Live Academy are paid. With this discount code, 50% a month. With this 50% discount code, £18.50 a month. IR Fan Edit says, so we won't have access to any revision vids. Yep, all of the revision videos, guys, are for free on mygcsemaths.com. There is going to be bonus content. So the other thing that's going to happen inside of the Live Academy, people asking how much it is, £18.50 a month. The other thing that's going to be happening is high priority video requests. So if you want me to make a video, I'll make a video and post it on social media. But also there's going to be some like bonus videos, some mindset videos, some exam performance videos, which are all going to be uploaded kind of privately inside of the Live Academy. A lot of those are going to be like surprise bonuses because I want to make sure that people who sign up absolutely love it. So for example, I'm good friends with a yoga and mindfulness specialist who's actually very good at kind of performance psychology and anxiety management when it comes to exams. And he's making a video course for me over the coming month, which is going to go inside of the Live Academy. So there's going to be a bunch of bonus stuff in there as well, which I'm really pleased about. Especially in the build up to exams, there's going to be a lot of mindset stuff there because I know that's something which people struggle with the most. Aswar Khan says, bro, I got 3 months to cover and revise the full syllabus. Do you think it's realistic to expect an A? It's going to depend. It's definitely going to depend on your individual circumstances. But what I can tell you is it's 100% possible. It's 100% possible, yeah. It's hard to say without having more information, but there are people who it's definitely possible for. Sid, the aviationist, what a name, Sid, says, how much is the paid edition when it's 100% the cost? So as soon as 50 people have signed up, this discount is going to be gone forever. And at full price, it's £37 a month. And at half price, it's £18.50 a month. So it's a big difference, to be honest. U9360 says, bro, can you make quizzes? These mixed practice worksheets are pretty much quizzes. Real Bernardi says, graphs. Yep, I'll make some graphs videos. Absolutely. Okay. How about kind of the how-to videos? How to revise, how to get a certain grade. I'm thinking about making some guides for those. Actually, I'm definitely going to make some guides for those. That's going to be really cool. Yeah, definitely I'll make some guides for those. Tala says, I'm in year 10. Tomorrow is my first mock. Is a 5 good? Absolutely. I mean, grades are all relative. There's no good, there's no bad. Some people really want to get a grade 3. Some people really want to get a grade 4, grade 5, grade 6. All different grades, right? So it's very, very personal and very dependent, but a grade 5, especially at that stage, is fantastic. How to manage time. We 100% all need it. Brilliant. U9360 says, I'm going to go watch a 10-hour vid and study now. Good job, U9360. Okay, guys, another thing before we finish. Spam the chat for me. Which how-to guides would you love to see from me? So we've had how to manage your time. So how to manage your time. Obviously, people want how to pass GCSE Maths. Another popular one is going to be how to get a grade 9. What other how-to videos do we want, guys? I'm going to be really making a lot of content over the next couple of months. How to get a grade 9 in all subjects. Wow. I can answer that. How to remember stuff. Okay. How to get the topic stuck in your head. Somebody's saying, as Wakon, is GCSE and IGCSE the same? Great question. So GCSE and IGCSE is not the same, but it's very, very similar. Basically, one of them is international GCSE, one of them is regular GCSE. The topics are like 90% overlapping. In IGCSE, they just have a couple of extra ones. For example, some basic differentiation is in there. And off the top of my head, I'm not sure the other differences, but they're very, very similar. They're so similar that if you're doing IGCSE Maths, you're still going to get benefit from signing up to this. How to revise for GCSE Maths, yeah. Nelson Shabar, our great question, said, what exam board is it you teach? So inside of the Live Academy, we go through Edexcel exam style questions or past Edexcel questions, which are really important to focus on. However, I choose specifically the questions which are also in AQA. So if you're doing Edexcel or AQA, you're still going to get the same benefit from joining the Live Academy. So I teach both exam boards essentially. NJ saying hello to Maria, fantastic. U9360 says, what website do you recommend to study? For now, I would recommend First Class Maths, but literally by the end of next week, when I will have loads of content uploaded, it's going to be mygcsemaths.com, guys. It's going to be mygcsemaths.com. Okay. Guys, it's feeling like it might be time to call it a day. Might be time to call it a day. Yeah, 3 minutes to wait. Guys, we're going to call it a day there. Fantastic. Actually, a question, which is anybody thinking about joining the Live Academy and is going to now go and ask their parents? Because if they are and they have their parents at home, then maybe it would be beneficial to stay around for another 5 minutes, just talking about the Live Academy and answering questions. So let me know in the chat if anybody's in that situation. Probably the answer is no, which is fine. And then I'll just call it a day and we'll close it off there. U9360 says, I can't, I'm genuinely struggling. Not sure what you mean by that, if it's for the Live Academy or for videos or whatever. Mohammed, of course I remember you. Okay. U9360 says, I have no money, I would low-key love to. Yeah, it's difficult. Sid the Avianist says, yes, I will ask them and show them your face. Well, you can actually, what we'll do is we'll show, or I'll say show them the recording of the live stream or any particular bits of it, because I think I've covered everything there. There was definitely a part of it where I outlined things in detail. Paratrooper says, I think I would watch the videos on YouTube channel. Fantastic. Brilliant here, Paratrooper. Okay, guys, well, we are going to call it a day there. So what we do at the end of these streams, I'm also going to be doing some free live streams that are going to be scheduled and some free content revision and drop-in sessions and stuff. So this isn't going to be the last time you see me on a live, that's for sure, even if you don't sign up to the Live Academy. If you're in the Live Academy, I'll be interacting in the community, putting messages in there every day and at different times. and also doing the weekly live streams. But also, if you're not with me inside of the Live Academy, I'm still going to be putting community posts out here on YouTube. I'm going to be posting every single day on YouTube Shorts and TikTok. I'm also going to be doing the odd occasional live stream just to drop in and answer any questions that you guys have. So this is goodbye for now, but I'll be back very soon. You'll be seeing my face a lot more regularly. So to end the live stream, what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to do what we always do. We're going to do a little bit of a vibe spreading practice. Basically, we're going to spam the chat full of lightning bolt emojis. So if you can't find it on the keyboard, Mohammed is already ahead of the game with the party. Guys, if anybody doesn't know, they got to get to know the My GCSE Maths emoji is the lightning bolt emoji. So what I'm going to ask you all to do is search for the emojis on your keyboard. Maybe you're going to have to copy and paste somebody else's comment. Maria's just done a great one there. But if you can, please spam the chat full of as many emojis as you can. You can copy and paste Maria's if it works. And we're going to call it a day there. We have NJ with the lightning bolts. We have Maria with the lightning bolts. Come on, team. Let's get some bolts in there. Let's go. Let's go. So lightning bolts in the chat for me. Yes, Reynaldo in there with the lightning bolts. Kaloum with the lightning bolts. Faizan with the happy faces. Whoa, Seth with a bunch of lightning bolts. We love to see it. We love to see it. Spreading the electricity. The other thing that I'll say, guys, is if anybody wants to know, the official My GCSE Maths anthem is this song. So I'm just putting it in the chat. The comment should be from Restream. I don't know if it's going to... Oh, no, it does work there. My GCSE Maths. So Electricity by Fields. When you play this song, guys, you know why it's the My GCSE Maths song. So, yeah, we like the Electricity song. So yeah, if you wanna stay tuned and get into the spirit and just get to know My GCSE Maths, listen to that song. That'll tell you everything you need to know. Okay, guys, I can see a bunch of bolts in the chat. So today, who's been joining? Faizan Hassan Chowdhury, thank you, my friend, for joining. Seth Taylor, good to have you on. Nathan Ian, good to have you on. Who else have we got? XX Random Clips. XX, I remember you, my friend. Good to have you, Mr. Loyan. Good to have you. NJ, Faizan, Reynaldo, Kaloum, Seth, Maria, of course. Harris, I know you were on here earlier, mate. Paratrooper, Aswar, Harry Foster. Yeah, brilliant. Ragad. Fantastic. And that's most of the people. That's most of the people who have just been in here. Aswar said just subscribed. Brilliant. Fantastic. Thank you, Seth, as well. So, guys, from me for now, I'm going to say... Hasta luego, arrivederci, ciao, 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 guys. I will see you in the next live whenever it is. The posts will start in a couple of days. See you then. Adios, it's been a pleasure.